Thanks for joining us for this week's edition of the Horizon Newscast. I'm Ellie Morgan.
And I'm Kristen Clayco. As you may already know, Democratic candidate Barack Obama was elected president. We were with the IUS College Democrats on election night.
Well, it's November 4th, Election Day 2008, and the IUS College Democrats have gathered at the New Albanian Brewing Company in New Albany, Indiana, which is formerly Richo's. Now, they've gathered to rally for presidential candidate Barack Obama and other Democrats. Let's run inside and see what they have to say.
What's wrong with
parties, successful parties here at Richo's before. Richo's is sort of the liberal capital of New Albany, so it's a very friendly environment for us. And of course we want to, as the College Democrats, support our presidential and other candidates, and we felt it was important to try and get people involved. We kind of promoted this more within the on-campus community than we normally do. Normally we promote it through like BarackObama.com at our last party, which was for the vice presidential debate, and so did MoveOn.org, featured our party on their website. So, you know, we've had a variety of events during the presidential campaign season. You know, we had a election return party for the primaries here too. We've also had events for volunteering for Obama and whatnot. So people are really excited about this election, especially people our age and from, you know, college-educated people are more likely to vote Democratic and so on. But, you know, not to run on and on here, but, you know, it's just...
Yeah, and what about this turnout tonight? There are a lot of people here.
You know, and that's great. A lot of these people are from the community. They're not from IUS. If you look around here, I don't think that I know 20 people in this room. But, you know, having the community connected to, you know, one of our events is great. You know, we've charged covers in the past before. We still had a good turnout.
A Bichon Frise dog is more than a man's best friend. Reporter Nikki Cannon visited with Cece and her owner when she came to campus to tell us about Cece's amazing talent.
A citizenship, and citizenship for dogs is to make sure that they can socialize not only with people but with other animals also, in case they're around any other animals, and that's a pretty hard test. There's a lot of tests that they have to go through. You know, they have to be able to stay by themselves. You have to be able to take a lead about this long, and you have to leave your dog there on lead. And then you have to walk around your dog and see if it moves. And if it moves, you've failed the test. And I mean, there's a lot of things that they have to be able to do. For disability, they would come in and the teacher would throw down a bedpan to see if they would react, and they can't react, they can't move through this test. Wheelchairs, crutches, walkers, and they can't move. They just have to stay. Cece just went down to the Jewish hospital for me. I just recovered from thoracic outlet syndrome a month and a half ago, where they took a rib out of me. And we'd been invited to come back to the 8th floor of the Jewish hospital anytime we want, because when she came in there and did therapy on me, my doctor and all the nurse staff just couldn't believe how she knew exactly where they cut me. They cut me here, and they cut me from here all the way around. She knew immediately to go to that spot, you know, and there's been a few miracles actually with Cece. We went to a hospital in Pittsburgh, and this lady was 57 and had just recuperated from a stroke, but she was, you know, one side was down and all, and they couldn't get her to respond to anything. And I didn't know anything about her. This was the first time I'd been there, and they asked Mary if she wanted to see the dog, and of course there was no response. And as soon as I put the dog on her lap, she just started petting her like this with her arm that was all messed up, you know, because it was all curled up, and she just started petting her and started smiling. And I mean, the nurse just went crazy. She went and got the doctor, and they all came in, and everybody was watching this because they actually do perform miracles.
So we're here with Jill Oden and her dog Cece. So how long did it take Cece to go through the training process?
18 months.
And was she a pretty well-behaved dog before she went into that, or was she kind of rough?
Well, yeah, she had to, well, first, before going through training, of course, they have to be potty trained. And then you go from there, but it's learning to sit and wait and halt and down and all that. And once you get through that, then you can advance.
Okay, and pause for seniors. Whenever you go in and you do the fashion shows for the seniors, and you also do the healing. Now, what happens whenever you do that?
Well, when we do that, I just take her into the nursing home and put Cece on the bed, and she'll go up and she'll touch. And touch, touch, touch. Yes, very good.
Aww.
And she'll kiss, and she'll... therapy is more to make the patient happy and feel like somebody's loving them at that time. And of course, Cece has unconditional love, and especially for seniors. Well, if anybody wants to see Cece in a fashion show, you have a church or a nursing home that you would like me to come to because your grandparents are there, just give me a call.
In sports this week, Campbellsville defeated the IUS volleyball team on Wednesday, November 5th, 3-0.
And in men's basketball was defeated by Indiana Wesleyan, 89-73.
That's going to wrap it up for this week's Horizon Newscast.